Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, take a look at one of our old faithfuls, Dustin. Laphroaig 25. This time, the 2014 Black Box.
Yeah.
Just picked this up.
Old Black Box.
Old Black Box.
I was going to say, there was another Black Box between this one and the White Box, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think the White Box started in 15 or I think 16. I think maybe 15 was the last one. This is quite a bit cheaper of packaging.
Yeah, it is.
It was a destroyed box. My buddy found this for me in Florida when he was at a bachelor party. I said, "What are you doing? Get back to that party." Dustin, this one comes in at 45.1 low.
Very low.
Laphroaig 25, the lowest one I've seen in quite some time. But this one here, quite a few people have told me they like this one quite a bit. Our buddy Mario, this is his favorite vintage. And, we've tried quite a few of these Laphroaig 25s. That's a stained cork. Been there a long time, my friend.
Look at that.
Quite a few of these Laphroaig 25s. I think we've done what? We've reviewed the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22?
No 20, I
No,
believe.
20. 21. Not, okay, 22.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look at the...
20 or 21 we missed because I know there was like 1 year that we just didn't see the bottles making the States.
I think it was 2020. Yeah. I think that was it. But we try to get as many of these as we can. Finally, we go back to one of the old black label, black boxes. Are we far off, Dustin?
I was like, wait a minute. Why is the color so different?
Dustin, forgive me. I sold you short, my friend. Now I sold you heavy. Everyone wins.
Winner, Laphroaig.
Yeah, so I opened this up a little while ago. Very impressive before we on a live stream not long ago. Black label, black box. Very sexy label. I like the black label on it.
I do too. I was going to say, that looks really good with the green.
Doesn't it?
I like the gold too, the gold black. I mean, yeah.
Gold green.
That's classic looking.
It does. Looks good. Like Notre Dame
I don't
black
know.
jerseys.
I don't know why they moved to the new one. I mean, I like the paper on the new one because it's that thick, heavy paper. But
Yeah, white, black, and both looks good off green. All right, Dustin, this one is a combination of Oloroso sherry and bourbon, so it's a mix.
Yeah.
Not one of those off years where it's just bourbon, but not that that's off. And when it's that low of an ABV, I always think one thing. It's the sherry that brought it down.
well, man, this is lemon lime. But are you ready for this one? You know what I
to
never give you?
Give it to me.
Sweet tarts. In particular, it's a grape sweet tart.
This one is got some popping fruits on it.
But you got to like really dig in there. Like it starts off lemon lime, but just keep nosing and keep bringing it in. All of a sudden, I get that grape sweet tart.
Oh man, I'm getting tropical fruits as well, Dustin. Nothing you said I disagree with, but I'm also getting tropical fruits, almost like Laphroaig visits the Grand Cayman Islands. You ever been to the Grand Caymans?
I've not.
Great little island. The air almost smells sweeter there. Like Jamaica's a more beautiful island, but I love the Caymans.
But you're right. No, it's very tropical, and there's also a little bit of like moss, like some kind of like some funk right off of a lake.
This one is incredibly aromatic.
Yes, it is.
And Laphroaig is really turned down in this. Laphroaig is evident anywhere you have Laphroaig, but man, it is just a compliment in this one. But smoke note goes along so well with this.
I was going to say, it's got the Laphroaig classic lemon lime notes, but you're right. It doesn't have the iodine.
Yeah, no.
You're right.
We're not at the hospital.
I think this is why some people, have brought up in the past that whiskeys lose peat over time is they have bottles like this.
And it did.
And this absolutely is not as peaty as a Laphroaig 10. Like, no way.
I definitely think this has a higher level or more intense sherry cask maturation than the current bottlings.
Could, yeah.
I mean, not from a color standpoint. I'm just saying from the richness of the fruits.
I'm thinking this is second fill or third fill sherry.
But I'm talking proportion.
Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is I think that higher proportion is probably second or third fill, which I think is beautiful because you don't really want a first fill on a 25-year-old.
Correct. Yeah. If you're going at least a quarter of a century, second, third fill sherry, be plenty. Matter of fact, it's rare a first fill sherry would go that far.
Yeah, that's your Glengoynes and Macallan type stuff where you're just trying to get a sherry bomb. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Yeah, there is no iodine. We're not even at the hospital. We're outside.
Ooh, what are those green nuts? Pistachios.
Pistachios.
There's a slight like roasted pistachio thing going on here.
Yeah, there's some exotic
That's my guess.
Orange type of fruit in this.
Again, there's like a slightly smoked nut that doesn't quite get into like a peanut or anything like that. It's just like a slight. It's almost nutty, but not quite. And that's kind of what a pistachio gives me sometimes.
Yeah. Roasted, maybe.
Yeah, slightly roasted. Just, I mean, again, it's the smell of the slight roast coming off of it.
Or do you just roast anything green?
That could be it too, yeah. Roasted moss.
Roasted seaweed, something like that.
Every time I nose this, man, I don't know why. I keep picturing, not a frog, but the little lily pads that you see the frog sitting on. I just keep picturing that in my head. It's like, it's created that picture.
Yeah, that in fresh water. Beautiful nose on this. And I'm not getting lower ABV than the usual roughly 50%ers.
I mean,
425s I'm speaking of course.
It's definitely not less aromatic. I'm not getting any alcohol at all here. And maybe occasionally I get a bit of alcohol on like a 48 or a 52.
Going in.
Balance is another thing we didn't bring up, Mike. It's balanced. There is that earthy umami, peat thing going on there, but it's subtle. There's the fruits, subtle. There's a little bit of minerality, subtle. There's deep as you dig in, candy, and you're starting to pick up on the oak, but subtle. But it all works together to create what's not a subtle nose, and actually a very nice nose.
Absolutely no sting from alcohol on the palate. Getting some nice fruits. It's almost sweet, it's almost like a breeze rushing over your palate. And then as soon as you swallow, drops earthy smoke to go along with beautiful roasted fruit peels. Tangerine, oranges, just the peel just on a grill and the smell of that. Maybe just a tad of just cigar ash or cigarette ash in the background. And here at the end, just a kiss of lime.
Wow.
Cilantro, maybe. Nah, not that.
There could be a hint.
Yeah,
but it's very, very, very subtle.
I don't think I've ever said that before on a whiskey review.
Maybe once. This finish is insane. So let me try to bring back to the beginning here.
Yeah.
Remember it, because right now
Go
this
ahead,
finish is
go
killing
again.
me. I might have to, honestly.
Going again. I mean, it's a nice linger, and I got wordy with it. Because I kind of forgot a little bit. But again, like right now, like the way it just washes over your palate, there's no burn. It's just such an inviting experience, but yet it's a pretty dense feel. It feels more dense than 45-1, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So the initial approach up front is probably where you're going to notice that it lacks ABV. When it first hits your tongue, it's very soft, almost watery, but yet a dense oiliness is there too. It takes me back because I do kind of like getting a little splash of excitement when the whiskey first hits the tongue. This doesn't do that. What it does do is it gives almost like a lemon loaf that we talk about a lot on other whiskeys, Mike.
Yeah, like Kalilas.
I get a little bit of that. Like a Kalila. Actually, it's a great note.
It's a lime loaf instead of a lemon loaf.
I actually get lemon up front, and then it transitions to lime. But my goodness, that smoke finish. It's soft, it's subtle, it lingers, and it's just... It's like it's playing this very nice little song that goes here, up and down, very gently.
Oh, yeah. It's caressing.
It's something you would listen to while getting ready for bed. This is a before bed dram, Mike. This is, hey, look, I'm not drinking tonight, but I want one little sip of something, and I'm going to sit on it and maybe read a book for 20 minutes before I go to bed. And I just want that one little aperitif taste. That is what this whiskey was made for. It's just this incredible... The feeling of drinking this whiskey is relaxing. It makes me just want to go take a nap because I'm relaxed and I'm enjoying this moment with this smoke and these fruits. And you're right about the orange and tangerine peels and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of
smoked.
There's a little bit of a crescendo where it hits you a little bit there, kind of on the first part of the finish. But then the second part of the finish comes in and it just gets so much better.
Yeah, man. So what you were saying about how it just kind of, I mean, that's the beauty of it. It starts out so approachable. So soft initially, and then just kind of just builds with the experience. Mm-hmm. But of all the Laphroaig 25s we had, which there have been plenty, the fruit notes, tropical fruit notes on this are incredible. This isn't the smokiest version of it, but I love the version of smoke that this offers.
This is just, this is everything you want from a subtle, nuanced, and yet depth, complexity, richness. Wow. Mm-hmm. Seriously, wow.
I told you it was a good one. Or at any point do you feel like, wow, this is 5 percentage points lower as far as ABV than some of the other ones. Maybe initially on the palate, but as far as richness, mouthfeel, and the density of the flavors.
The 2018 does come off oilier, but that one that's just an oilier whiskey over all of the other 25s. It's an outlier.
Sure.
But if you put this against like
17
this, I was gonna say the 17
or the 19.
This actually might
be denser.
This might have a feel richer on the finish, but maybe a little less up front.
We need to do that before 25. Which one to pick? We need to revisit that with this particular one.
It's getting more lemon lime, but more lime on the nose.
You know, when a few of our buddies told us that this was their favorite vintage, what I always said to them, why the low ABV one? Like, the low ABV ones are better. So I remember we tried that recently with the Laphroaig 10 cast strength at 2015, and it was not better. Mm-hmm. So when I had this, I was excited to get it, of course, but I didn't hold an expectation. I assumed it would be too thin. It is not too thin.
No. Oh, a little bit of water actually brought out a little bit more, a little more spice, a little more bite on the up front. Actually helped a little bit.
Yeah, let me go in for that too. But yeah, I tell you what. Ooh. The mid palate and the finish on this one, of all the Laphroaig 25s, I have a hard time not calling this my favorite mid palate and finish of all of them.
It's definitely my favorite finish. Definitely my favorite finish I've had. Really, really, I mean, a little bit of water has subdued the smoke and brought out more of like the oak and the chocolatey kind of notes there on the finish.
As I mentioned in the beginning, with a lower ABV, I'm assuming there's a larger percentage of sherry cask maturation in this one, and that's why I brought down the ABV. And with a little bit of water, that chocolatey fudge note is predominant, along with that beautiful orange smoke.
And the tobacco, man. I keep forgetting to even mention it, but yeah, there's such a beautiful, rich tobacco here.
All right, Dustin. I told you you'd be impressed with this one.
Yeah.
Where are you at as far as the whiskey score on this one? We've rated some of our favorites at 2018, 2017, 91s.
Yeah.
Just to give you a perspective.
Yeah, no, my gut was 92, but I really think I'm really more like a 91.5, so I'll leave it at 91, but man, that finish is 93.
Okay, here's the thing. This is, of all the Laphroaig 25s, my favorite. And I'm already saying that this quickly into this bottle. It is absolutely my favorite of all of them. We've had everyone from 2016, other than 2020, up till now.
Wow.
I wanted to lead off with that for a simple reason. I'm exactly right as far as the whiskey score. I was going to say, I'm really going to go 92. I wanted to distinguish it as better than the rest of them, just a tick better. So I am. I'm going to go 92. It's the highest score I've given for a Laphroaig 25. This particular one earned it.
I get it. 2018, I think, is still going to slightly win out for me, but man.
We're going to line them up.
Sounds like a good day.
Yeah, we'll line those up for you next time. All right, if you guys had a chance to try this particular vintage, the 2014 Cast Strength Edition, let us know what you guys think. Dustin, until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy epic drinking.
We'll see you then.